So now let's start with the string and type conversion. So as you know what is string, we have learned here in previous slide. Now we will learn about what is string and type conversion. So how string work? You know what string are, but you must also know string make more space than other data types like int, float, and etc. This happens because string stores every character with their own Unicode. What is Unicode? Unicode is a universal character encoding standard that assigns a unique number code point to every character regardless of language. It means that Unicode is a universal character. It assigns a unique number to every character. In what is unique number? Let like alphabet A is a Unicode is 65, and this smiley emoji, this emoji Unicode is 128522. So you understand what is Unicode, and string takes much more space than other data types. Okay, now let's understand how to check it. You can check it by ORD function in Python and convert them back using CHR. Okay, you can check the Unicode of any string like A, B, or any word or something like that. You can check its Unicode by ORD function in Python and convert it back. Means you want to know what is the means this number is Unicode of what, and you can convert it through CHR bracket. Okay, now let's start with the string indexing. You must have thought there are so many characters in string, but can you only access everyone? What do you understand by this point? That you have thought there are many characters in string, but you can access everyone. Yes, that's possible using indexing. So here it is said that in a string there are many characters. Let's say 5, 10, 11, 12. But in Python we need to access a character in a string. And so how does it possible? It possible only by indexing. Okay, indexing start from 0 and goes till the number of character you have. Okay, means you have a number of hello, HELLO. This is example. A is a variable and hello is assigned to A. Okay, and hello consists of HELLO. Okay, so how to do indexing? Print, we have to write print brackets A, and we have to, let's say we have to access the H. Okay, so the indexing starts from 0, we will write 0, output will come H. Okay, you can practice this in your VS Code also. Okay, and one thing that in VS Code, if you are writing a Python code, you should save that file by .py. Okay, let's say you are doing cdp.py. Okay, so output will be your output will become H. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Let's take one another example. There is a negative indexing as well. Okay, there is a negative indexing as well, and it start from -1, but the starting position is from the back of string. Wait, I'm trying to make you understand. Let's take the same example, hello. Okay, and we have to do the negative indexing of it. So but in negative indexing it start from back from here from O. Okay, from O to L L E H. Okay, and start from -1. Here it start from 0 from left hand side in this. Okay, but in negative indexing it start from right side. Okay, so we have to write -1 because it starts from -1, and the output will become give it O. I hope you understand what is string indexing. Okay, and how does string work? Understood? Now let's move to the next slide. which is string slicing. What is string slicing? You know how to access character in string, but there are slicing options as well. Slicing means cutting out a slice from string, and this is also done using index value. Okay, what does it mean? And I am repeating the sentence. Slicing means cutting out a slice from string, and this is also done using index values. Okay, means we are taking some part of string as output. Okay, in this code, while you are coding, you will need this. That's why we are teaching this. So we have to take some part of string as an output. Then how we will do this? Okay, we because in previous thing we can access only one, right? Here we can access multiple at a time. Okay, so let's for so here we have a start, stop, and step position. Keep note, if we use stop at 4, it will slice only at 3. Okay, understood what I am trying to say here? Means 1 it will start e, from E, because H is for 0. So 1 is from E. Okay, and we are using 4. 4 means we will it will give till 4 position. Okay, and we are O. 1 is for O, so it will give ELL. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, right? Let's now move to the next part, which is type conversion. As I've told you that there are several types. This is integer, this is float, this is string, and this is boolean, right? This is a short form of that, and in code we write only by this. We don't write full name like boolean or string. We write only this. Okay, so now let's learn. For understanding type conversion, you have to log these four things. You have to learn these four things: int, float, string, and boolean. Bool. Boolean we write bool. So remember these four things. There are more functions like this, but these are four main functions. Okay, mean there are many functions like this, but these are the four main functions. Okay, looking at these functions, you can guess these are used to convert one data type to another. Okay, by looking at this function, you know that it is used to convert from one data type to another. For example, I am telling you, example A stands for 12, means we have assigned the value of 12 to A, and str A. What is str A? Str is string of A, means A is string. Okay, so we will print the value of A right now. What we have done here, first we have done here is A, we have assigned the value of A. It is integer as we know, but in another step we have told to the interpreter that I am converting this A into a string. Okay, now we have converted this into string. Now we will print the value of A. So the last step will get printed here. Okay, so it will get 12, but it will be in a string. How you know it will be in string? By the double quotes. Okay, by this you will get to know that this value is in string. Okay, now let's move to the another part. I hope you understand what is this, what I'm trying to say. Now let's move to the another part. Type conversion types. Don't get confused. Means type conversion has how many types? Okay, type conversion we have read earlier. Okay, there are two steps of conversion: implicit and explicit. What? Implicit and explicit. What is implicit? Implicit is, in this function, in this Python automatically converts data from one data to another. Okay, means Python automatically converts data from one data to another, means you do not have to convert these things. Like earlier we did this na, that we have converted from integer to string, but here Python will automatically convert. You don't have to do anything. Okay, you have already seen the example before. Okay, for example, again I am repeating this. A is 12, print 8 divided by 12, output is 6. Clearly we had the data type as int, but after dividing, Python automatically convert data type into float. Okay, this is example of implicit. Understood? Now let's move to explicit. In this, we as a user use in built-in function to convert one data type to another. What I told you, in this we as a user use in built-in function to convert one data type to another. You have seen the example at previous page. This here it is talking, here it is talking about this example. Okay, remember this example every time. It is example of explicit because here we have to convert. Okay, example is int, as I've told you, it is a short form written here and it is a long form. Okay, and these are the other, we will talk later, these are the other data types we will talk later, but for now you have to learn this only. Okay,